Recently, a former Christian asked me a question that they said had been bothering them for quite some time now. They said, if the Bible is full of fictional ideas about angels and demons, good and bad, and the end times, then why does there seem to be real Luciferians out there who put evil signs and symbols and such all over the place? Why are so many celebrities seemingly encouraged to use demonic-looking outfits and makeup and music in all of their acts, especially music videos and stage performances? Why this massive display of so-called Luciferianism if the elites at the top already know this whole thing is fake in the first place? The way I see it, the answer is actually quite simple. The so-called elites at the top of Hollywood actually want you to continue believing in the Bible. This actually gives them the ability to manipulate and control people. If they can convince you that the devil and his demons are real, well, it won't be that hard to convince you that the rest of the Bible is real too. Meaning these seemingly evil displays are actually designed to keep you believing in Christian spirituality. Take the M. Night Shyamalan classic movie titled The Village, for example. In this movie, there is a village far removed from the general public that seems to be set in the early 1800s. It's located in a wildlife sanctuary no one from the outside is ever allowed to explore. Likewise, the people who live in the village are never allowed to leave the so-called safety of their property to explore the outside world. Within this remote village, the elders of the community have convinced everyone that there are evil monsters living in the woods that they must avoid in order to stay safe. It's important that no one ever tries to venture too far out of the village, or they will be destroyed by these monsters. It kind of gives off Truman Show vibes as well, doesn't it? Of course, as we continue to watch this movie, we discover that the elders themselves had created these monster costumes and were using them to scare the people into never leaving. Ultimately, the viewers also realize that it's not the 1800s at all, but it's actually the modern day, and these village members were being tricked into living on a commune without electricity or internet so that they could never find out the truth and escape their mental prison. Likewise, I think there's a very good chance that the so-called elites that run this country want to keep people trapped thinking that angels and demons are real because it gives them the ability to control and manipulate everyone in unimaginable ways. If they show you demonic activity, you'll think that the Bible has more credibility and you'll stay within the box of religious thinking they've given you to work with. If the elites of the world control both sides of the war, they can't lose. Another way of thinking about this is the Hegelian dialectic, which is a tactic of creating problems just to create violent reactions, just to offer a so-called solution, all of which was planned from the beginning so that citizens would simply accept a solution they wouldn't have otherwise. I know that for me personally, when I was a Christian and I thought demonic activity was real, it actually strengthened my faith in the Bible. Now that I know that they aren't, well, I think you know how that story goes.